Alright guys, how's it going? Couple of things. I'll be live on here today at 1 o'clock UK time this afternoon. And the other thing is, don't forget my morning briefings are on my other YouTube channel now, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. The link's in the video description. There'll be a round thing that'll pop up on the screen at some point if you want to click through and subscribe. There's an hour-long briefing on there today. We do talk about Liverpool stuff on there, but it's all about cop talk, the channel, my life and shit like that. The person behind it all, really. But people do like those videos, and like I say, it is Liverpool related, but it's not news and gossip if you haven't got time to waste on shit like that. But I put them over on the other channel because YouTube only sends out 3 notifications in a 24-hour period, and with that being the first video of the day, which I used to put on here, that wastes a notification, which some people will not be interested in. So it's on there if you want to go and watch it. I'd love you to come across to the other YouTube channel as well. So I have reviewed today's Spanish football dailies, all 4 of them. I did a summary video basically touching on this, what we're going to go over now, in that video, sorry. And I did a standalone video about Trent, and this is a standalone video about Dean Huijsen and some other things. But that was just to keep that video as a summary and not make it too long, and then people can pick and choose what they want to watch, right? So this one's going to be about Dean Huijsen. And there is going to be, if you're not interested in Dean Huijsen, or you think that we're not going to go in for him, he's going to go to Real Madrid, it don't matter. There is other stuff in this video I think that you might be interested in if you weren't around back in the day when Jose Angel Sanchez at Real Madrid was part of the L4 consortium to try and buy Liverpool Football Club when Dubai International Capital and all that was going on. So if you weren't around back then, all that stuff was on the members website at the time, and Cop Talk in general. I don't really think I did the YouTube shit, and I can't remember what I did yesterday. But you might find that of interest. All right. So if you're not interested in him, skip forward a little bit. But I think you need to watch it to understand it, to be honest with you. Anyway, Sport have an article on Dean Huijsen titled "Chelsea Interferes in Huijsen's Transfer." Now, I won't read it to you, as the majority of this article will be telling you things you already know about the player. If you follow my morning reviews. Now, don't forget, Sport is the pro-Barcelona newspaper. So when they talk about Real Madrid, there is no way in a million years they're connected to that club, like Marca or AS or whatever. So always bear that in mind. And they obviously, Sport loves Barcelona and are rivals to Real Madrid. So when they make claims regarding Real Madrid interests, I always think, we'll see. Okay, so let's see what the key points of the article are. Right, Chelsea are interested. All right, Chelsea are interested, they say. They also mention Manchester United has been interested. Paris, it says here, which is obviously PSG, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid, but not ourselves. No mentions of Liverpool by Sport today. And they focus on Chelsea having the strongest interest. They quote his Bournemouth teammate as saying, "I'm not surprised by Dean." His Bournemouth teammate, Cliver, I believe. See what my memory's like. He said, "I'm not surprised by Dean. I think he will have many offers this summer. And he's a centre-back for many years in Spain. He'll be a centre-back for many years in Spain. Spain is where he belongs." Remember, Dean Huijsen, the reason we're touching on him, of course, is because he's down as a Liverpool interest, which probably means nothing will ever happen. We might have missed that opportunity, to be honest with you. But he was born in the Netherlands, moved to Spain when he was 5, has aspirations of playing in Spain. His dad would like him there, all the usual stuff, like Luis Diaz's dad would like Luis at Barcelona. So that's why he's saying Spain is where he belongs, because although born in the Netherlands, he considers himself Spanish because he lived here since he was 5. Obviously, he's in England with Bournemouth now. Right. Now, the club's sporting director, this is at Bournemouth, the Portuguese Tiago Pinto, will auction Huijsen to the highest bidder, writes Sport, which makes the article lose credibility because, as you know, the player has a £50 million release clause. So unless clubs are going to go in way under that £50 million, and they start offering 30 million, then yeah, all right, they'll auction him to whoever offers the most. But there is a release clause there of £50 million. And let's just stick with my notes. One thing I should add here that's not in the papers but came from a new contact of mine at Marca is that Real Madrid would apparently not be interested in paying that full release clause just now. In other words, excuse me, Real Madrid, they're not, they've got Asensio. He's just, he's going through the renewal extension progress. They've got other centre-backs coming through that are very good. But they really like Huijsen. But they don't really need him at the minute. They see him as one for the future. And if they buy him this summer, for example, it would be for the sake of doing so, to stop others getting him, because they know he's going to be fantastic, right? But because of that, the suggestion in Madrid is they're not willing to pay the 50 million release clause. They would, maybe 30 million, they'll do it. So could that open the door for Liverpool maybe? I don't want to get your hopes up about this kid if you really like him, because it's got Real Madrid written all over it. I make videos about this and people leave comments trying to tell me what Real Madrid from they've signed it, they've got a deal in place and all this shite. There's no deal in place at all. But it's an interesting point, and that's coming from someone very senior within Marca. That Real Madrid really like him, but they don't want to pay the 50 million release clause. So could that, if Liverpool went in and said it's 50 million, we'll activate it now, Real Madrid go, no, we're not doing it. There's an opening. But our expectations are managed by the ownership, as you know. I brought that back from Boston many years ago, before we knew anything about these owners. And our expectations are managed. And you're going to say, well, how are they managed, Chubbs? Well, because I know all of us are going, we'll never pay £50 million for a 19-year-old defender. Because our expectations are managed. Whereas some clubs will go, well, we'll sign him if he's fucking good enough. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, bear that in mind regarding that Real Madrid not willing to pay his release clause. If others go in for him, maybe they will. But it's just something I wanted to plant there with you. Obviously, the kid has a desire to play in Spain. And do Liverpool, would you want to sign a player that is already thinking of moving on at some point in the future? Maybe not. Now, this is the bit that I want to talk to you about that might interest some of you. So in this article, they say that Jose Angel Sanchez has been trying to get close to the player for some time. Now, if you don't know, Sanchez currently serves as a general director of Real Madrid. He is responsible for overseeing the club's operations and plays a key role in the strategic decisions, including player transfers and contract negotiations. This is a very, very, very highly respected and important individual, guys, that's been responsible for many brilliant acquisitions for Real Madrid over the years in different positions, okay? Now, did I just read that to you? Yeah, player transfers and contract negotiations. He's been a vital figure in Real Madrid's success over the years, and his work behind the scenes has earned him a reputation as one of the most influential football administrators in Europe. And we're going to get to the Liverpool bit. His long-standing relationship with the club and his expertise in managing high-profile transfers have made him one of the key decision-makers at Real Madrid. I actually think there's a book on this guy as well, I'm sure. This is going back fucking years, what we're going to get into now. When the L4 consortium tried to buy Liverpool many years ago, some of you may recall, if you're a VIP member from back then you will, that I was close to those that were leading the attempt to buy the club from David Moores. As a result, you will remember that one of my friends at the time, sadly isn't a friend of mine now, because they wanted me to really push this on my members at the time and said, you need to do this, you need to tell your members to do this, do that. And I said, I can't do that. People, my attitudes on here. Like, I'll give my opinions and stuff, but I can't tell, fully grown adults or even fucking kids, teenagers, what they should do, how they should support the club. And this person fell out with me. Please don't mention any names in the comment section. And it really upset me, that. It really did upset me. But I think it was probably because they were very passionate. The club was in a shit state, really, in some ways. And they really wanted to buy the club. The heart was in the right place. And I think maybe frustration and pressure was getting to them. I don't know. But they didn't take kindly to me saying, I can't tell my members to do that or to think a particular way. And unfortunately, I lost a very good friend. Well, I don't know if it was a very good friendship, but it upset me at the time, to be honest. But at least I can say I stuck true to my thing. But yeah, anyway, that's another thing. Maybe they weren't a friend if that's what happened. But when I say friends, it's just someone through the Cop Talk Liverpool thing. I did meet them several times offline. I thought they were cool as fuck, but They never spoke to me again after I said I can't do that. I can't force an opinion on anyone. Anyway, as a result, you will remember that one of my friends at the time, said friend, the main man behind that attempt is a friend of Sanchez at Real Madrid. And I was told that Sanchez was part of the group that would have run Liverpool at the takeover, gone ahead. And I was getting some fucking really good info at the time, I've got to be honest. Not just about what was happening with Liverpool with that takeover attempt, but also Real Madrid, things that were happening at Real Madrid. It was amazing, really. Just when you think that I started a fucking website, in a spare room at home as a hobby, as a young lad. And here I am, indirect access to the inner workings at two amazing football clubs and shit. And there was more. There's just so I was seeing emails from. I remember Perslow when they sacked Rafa. Stuff like that. But an email was sent to someone that overnight, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, we're going to sack Rafa tomorrow, and. It was sent to me, just stuff like that. I knew he was going to get the bullet before Rafa knew, and just little things like that, which, obviously was shared on the members' website. But it's an incredible story when you think about it all. Anyway, I was told that Sanchez was part of the group that would have run Liverpool had the takeover gone ahead. There were a couple of attempts, if you remember, which included Dubai International Capital and also Sheikh Khalifa, the former president of the UAE. If you remember Khalifa, he died 3 years ago. And also Sheikh Al Maktoum, many of you will know, the current ruler of Dubai, who serves as the vice president and prime minister of the UAE. These were all serious individuals, you know what I mean, that wanted, L4 were putting different things together. We were different groups, and I was aware of how it would have worked. And, it was a very exciting time for me at the time, because if you think about it, if they'd been successful, I would have had very close peoples, because I would have helped them with it, because they were passing things with me and I was distributing it and saying things online and stuff like. Imagine what, if I was doing the videos, and it certainly would have been very beneficial to the website, Coptalk, obviously, and myself. But when I say myself, I don't mean I'm not thinking about Wonga or anything. I'm thinking about it would have been good for me to give to the people that support me and trust me, be able to keep them up to date with things that were going on. But again, when you've got friendships like that, you've got to, I say this about people like Paul Joyce. He's obviously in the loop with Edwards and Hughes and that. And so much, but you can only say so little, because then you're jeopardizing friendships. But as the members will tell you, at the time, I was changing my profile picture, my avatar that would go with my name on the members' website nearly every day to different things that would. I was told, you can't say this, Duncan. I was like, okay, I won't say it. But I'd change my profile picture and stuff like that. So let's get back to it. The L4 attempts were very, very exciting at the time. But it was claimed that former chief executive Rick Parry did everything he could to block them, all right? That was Dubai and L4 and everything. In fact, it was alleged that Rick Parry tried to cut out L4 and tried to do business with Dubai direct, right? Because if you think about it, if Dubai had come in and succeeded in purchasing Liverpool Football Club, there would have been, money would have gone to L4 as introducing it all and making it all happen, right? Even though they're part of the consortium. And L4 people, the people that I'm talking about, my friend at the time, would have had a very, very senior position at the club. And, these were Liverpool fans as well, by the way, that were trying to make all this happen. But it was claimed that Rick Parry, it was alleged, I'm going to be very clever, not clever, clever. I'm just going to say what I was told. It was alleged, I can't prove it as fact, that Rick Parry tried to then do something, or he made his own inquiries, if you like, with these people in Dubai. Can we cut them out? Maybe we could do something. And apparently Dubai were very angry by that, because they're people that actually, whether you like that region or not, these are people who are very proud, very my words, you fucking, you know what I mean? And they were like, whoa, hang on a minute, this is fucking underhand sort of thing. That's what was claimed, right? I don't know if it's true. And Rick Parry, it's claimed, did everything he could to block L4. And I know loads and loads and loads of different things about all of that, various claims. Anyway, and that former owner and chairman David Moores didn't want to sell in that direction of the world anyway, all right? And I had a little bit more information with regards that. But in other words, he didn't want to sell in that direction. He wanted to, if he was going to sell the club and it had to leave the UK, if you like, then it would go west, you know. I'll leave you to, you know, people have different opinions. People today, there's no difference to people today. It doesn't mean anyone's this, that, or the other. I know, you know, there's Liverpool fans out there that say, well, I would never want those people in that region of the world to own Liverpool Football Club. There's people like that, you know. So it's no different when, if you own the club. If one of those people owned the club, they would be saying the same, wouldn't they? No, I'm not selling to it, fuck that. Sell to the Americans or whatever, right? So Sanchez coming to Anfield, the Dubai link, you know, and a friend at senior executive level at Anfield. Can you imagine how much I wanted that to happen back then? I was gutted. And to this day, I always wonder what would have happened if Dubai had purchased Liverpool Football Club. And I went to Dubai. Do you remember? I went out to Dubai and there was all them pictures of Khalifa and Maktoum and yeah, fucking hell, man, it just all felt right. You know, they love Liverpool out there. They love Man United as well. There were a lot of people out there. But Liverpool, Man United, two great football clubs, very, I don't know. I always regret that it never happened. I really do. But we'll never know, do we? You know, we'll never know. So anyway, I was receiving daily briefings on the takeover attempts, but sadly Moores opted for Gillette and Hicks. And while those two invited me to the US and Canada and took good care of me, in all fairness, before the shit hit the fan, you know, hit the fan with the fan base, to this day I always wonder what could have been. So that gives you a little bit of insight as to what went on back then, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, oh well. Anyway, so moving on, there was some more Huijsen stuff, because this was about Huijsen, remember? We're just saying that Jose Angel Sanchez was trying to, you know, get close to Huijsen on behalf of Real Madrid. And that's what set my mind thinking about all that today. And I thought, oh, some people remember his name, you know? In Mundo Deportivo, Real Madrid target Zubimendi and Huijsen, which is here. Or here's Zubimendi, and they say after Alexander Arnold, they now turn to Zubimendi and Huijsen. So a pro-Barcelona newspaper, which obviously isn't as close to Real Madrid as Marca and AS, seem to think that the Spanish giants will now turn to Martin Zubimendi and Dean Huijsen. They write, having almost secured Alexander Arnold, Real Madrid have two more targets in the transfer market. The first one is Zubimendi. The 26-year-old Real Sociedad midfielder is a big fan of the white team, and they have been following him for a long time. Real like him so much in the White House that they would be willing to pay the €60 million termination clause. I'm not so sure about this one. I think this is one of those, Real Madrid are aware of him, they know he's a good player, he'd be a great addition, he's Spanish, you know, all the right, you know, things, but Real Madrid, you know, what I've followed from following the press, they're looking at other areas, you know. He doesn't fit the profile. We heard that with Liverpool, it doesn't fit the profile of what we're looking for now and all that shite, right? You know, could he go to Real Madrid? Yes. But people leave comments, they listen to my videos sometimes and they'll say, he's off to Real Madrid. And how do you know that? Well, I read it on Team Talk. It's just, there isn't that kind of reporting about Zubimendi in Spain at the moment, which you might now say, well, hang on, don't you reading the Barcelona media? And I think the Barcelona media are no different to many people online or the British media that are just reading things online, because some of the stuff they write is just not accurate in the Barcelona media when it comes to Real Madrid. Anyway, on Huijsen, they write, the price for which the Spanish international could leave is €50 million. There's my point. It's not €50 million, it's £50 million. All right, so that's a €10 million difference, you know. The release clause is €60 million, but you know this is where they're wrong, okay? And they say, and Real Madrid want him, Huijsen, as they wanted him years ago, before he left Malaga for Italy and rejected Real Madrid's offer. I've not seen that claim before. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've not seen that. Maybe it is. Huijsen is delighted with the interest of Real Madrid, but the white club does not want to rush. I kind of believe that a little bit. The leaders want Huijsen, but not to enter auctions for him. Again, you know, I've mentioned this, was it in this video? Yeah. I think it was this video. I've done that many videos today. They don't want to pay £50 million for him at the moment, 60 million euros. In addition to Real Madrid in England, he is followed by Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool. In addition, Barcelona have also noticed him. The white team is aware of all of this, and therefore it is clear that they will not enter into auctions and that everything will depend on the player. A player, of course, this isn't in the paper, a player, of course, that would do everything to get to Real Madrid, I think, all right? In addition, Real Madrid consider that with Rudiger, Alaba, Militao and Asensio, the position is well covered, although one of them may leave this summer. Then yes, Huijsen could come. And that, my friends, concludes this video. All right, so I hope you found it, interesting. I tried my best. I think that covers everything from Spain today. Like I say, I don't review the Spanish papers because I'm trying to tell you about what's going on in Spain. I'm talking about things related to Liverpool. And you have seen, obviously, Zubimendi mentioned with Liverpool. You've seen Huijsen mentioned with Liverpool. Jose Angel Sanchez, back in the day, mentioned with Liverpool. These are all things that I touch on. And, I like to mention anything to do with, anything to do that is related to Liverpool should be in the Spanish briefings, even former players. But sometimes I'll tell you something else that's going on over here if I think you'll find it of interest. But that's down to you to leave comments. If you think, Dunk, I don't want to know about it, let me know. Although I'll tell you right fucking now. Do not tell me you're sick of hearing about Zubimendi. Because if Zubimendi's in the title of the video, then don't fucking watch, all right? Now, I don't know if I'm going to have room to put him in the title of the video today. So I'll take that one, all right? And always use an emoji when you're being funny, all right? Otherwise, I'll just get rid of you because I have zero fucking patience for idiots, all right? So, that's your lot on this video, all right? If you appreciated this video, please thumbs up the video. Your thumbs up, and we like a thumbs up, don't we, girls? And your comments, on any of these things really interest me. To keep me occupied. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking, and you also, educate me as well, because I'm trying to tell you things, and you tell me things, and collectively we do a good job, I think. If you want to buy me a coffee, hit the super thanks button. It's the love out under the video. That pisses my haters off immensely. And if you do that, I always give a shout out to everybody that does that in my morning briefing, which will be tomorrow morning on my other channel. All right. But I'd really appreciate the thumbs up and a comment. That's it. I mean, I don't even bother about a thumbs up, to be honest with you. I just like I like to know what you guys are thinking. Did I do all right? Did you enjoy the video? Did you find any of interest? Let me know, guys. Live on here soon. This will probably go online after I've done that, to be honest. Right, I've got to go. Take care, and I'll hopefully catch up with you real soon.